Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another monthly net worth update. Today we are doing this from a different area in my apartment, I guess, and on a different camera. So I've got the DJI Pocket 3 and we're sitting on the floor, which means Goofy, my cat, is super happy about it because I never really sit on the floor. Hi! So you will probably see her in the background throughout the video, which hopefully you don't mind. So let's go ahead and jump right into the numbers. To recap from July, my net worth at the end of last month was $125,914. Next on this list is the equity that I have in the condo I own here in Calgary. That sits at $58,465. This is an increase from last month of $449. Again, I do have tenants in here. They pay the same amount in rent every month, so this amount goes up pretty much the same every single month. The next item on my list is my RRSP, Registered Retirement Savings Plan, which sits at $57,408, which is a slight increase of $67. Next up is my DCPP, or Defined Contribution Pension Plan, which sits at $4,423. Very slight increase of just $5 here. And then the next item on the list is my TFSA, or Tax-Free Savings Account. $48 in that account, just a slight decrease of $22. If you're not from Canada and you don't know, RRSP, DCPP, and TFSA are all accounts that hold retirement funds, and they have different advantages and disadvantages to them. So if you're not familiar, if you're not from Canada, it's really not relevant, but all you need to know is those are the accounts that I'm currently using for my retirement plan. Last item on this list is my cash account, which sits at a balance of $5,400. A decent little decrease here of $673. I just had to settle up a few things, pay off a few things. That brings the grand total net worth for August 2024 to $125,744. Very slight decrease of just $170 month over month. Not much movement in the market, and that is good. Keeping pretty steady. I haven't added a ton of money into savings or anything at this point. I'm hoping in the next few months to get a few thousand into my retirement accounts. Fingers crossed that works out. But other than that, we're just keeping the pace and we're staying the course and just trying to save as much as I can, being a single person living alone in a very expensive city. So now let's talk about income. If you don't know or haven't seen these videos, I make $500 Canadian in rental income every month. I also made $340 through YouTube AdSense. And finally, I made $2,725 at my full-time brewery job. That brings the grand total income for the month to $3,565. Now let's jump into expenses. So obviously the highest thing on this list, the most expensive thing, is my rent. I pay $1,750 Canadian dollars per month. I also pay $85 in insurance for two properties, one for the one I live in right now that I rent, and then the condo I own, I pay for like landlord's insurance on that place. I paid $59 for electricity in the last month, $81 for phones, $45 for internet, $329 on grocery and household. This is really good. My budget's right around $300, so $329, I can definitely live with that. $408 in entertainment. Again, this has been a very busy month socially for me. I don't really get out a whole lot, and it being summer and the weather being really nice and wanting to just like reconnect with people, reconnect with friends, and expand my social circle means that this is going to be higher probably for another month until the weather cools off and everybody just wants to like chill at home. My miscellaneous spending last month was $444. This is on just things that don't fall into any other category. They could be one-time expenses, something like someone's birthday is coming up, or I have to get something for my cat. It's just expenses that come up periodically, but not every single month. This is a little higher than it normally is. It's usually between like $100 and $150, but totally not a big deal. There were things that I needed to purchase that just fell into the month. So the grand total for expenses in the last month was $3,201. So not great, but not too bad. Now let's jump into some life updates. So hey guys, it has been a while. I haven't posted a video in a couple of weeks. Thank you so much to all of you who sent me so many kind messages and comments about me taking a little bit of a break. I've just been feeling incredibly burnt out. Working full-time has really taken like all the energy I have away, and also going out and doing these social things when I do have energy and do have time. I'm really trying to prioritize that over YouTube right now. I still really love making content, and I really love YouTube and the community that we have here. It's been incredible. It's been incredible over these last few years to build this community and to have you guys here and to be interacting with you guys all the time. But I just needed a break. It's been full-time, like full stop for the last year and a half, maybe 2 years. So I just felt like I needed to take some time and just recoup and relax. So work has been incredibly busy with it being the end of summer. It's just been go, go, go. And I'm hoping in the next few months it's going to calm down, but I'm actually losing like 2 out of the 3 employees that I have in my like supervision in the next few months. So it might actually get even busier for me. Not 100% sure, but I'm gonna do my best to stay on top of everything. Work is my number 1 priority. It's obviously where I make the majority of my income. It's also where I like to be. Like, I actually love my job, so it is definitely my priority, but I am going to be trying to get back into a flow with YouTube, doing a video a week, maybe a video every 2 weeks. I don't exactly know yet. I just feel like I don't have enough ideas to make content right now. I'm working on a New Zealand video, like an ultimate trip video that I really thought I was gonna have done last weekend, but it just did not happen. I tried my best to like do the work during the week and it was just like way too much. So keep an eye out for that. I'm super excited to get that one live because I put a lot of hours into it and I think it's a really great itinerary for New Zealand. I'm at this point in my life where I just want to pursue so many different things. With getting into the craft beer industry back in Canada, I want to pursue like more education in that field because I haven't really done anything like that yet. I've only had on-the-job training. So I'm going to be looking into that. That again is going to take up a ton of time. So it's just a balancing act right now. I'm also really starting to feel the pull of consumerism now being back in Canada. I just feel like I want like nice things. I see people driving around in these beautiful cars and wearing nice clothing, going out for like nice dinners and stuff. And I'm just like really feeling that draw to keep up with the Joneses and to do all these things that I don't like even know if I want to do them. It's really confusing right now because I don't have a vehicle. So I'm seeing Calgary in a way that I've never seen it before, by taking transit, by walking, by having to like Uber or get rides from people. And it's honestly so humbling. And I just feel kind of like poor. I don't know how else to describe this. I feel like lower class because I don't have a vehicle. For no other reason other than I don't have a vehicle, I feel like I'm behind. And it's just kind of silly. Like, I can get around the city relatively easily without a car, but if I'm not going to and from work or doing something in the downtown core, it is a massive pain in the butt to get around. There are sections of the train line that have been closed for a long time that they're working on, and it just takes, you know, like an hour to get somewhere that would be a 10 to 15 minute drive. So I'm really missing having a car. I think that is something that I need to prioritize. If you've seen these other videos, I was planning to buy a vehicle, a van in November this year, which is still the plan, but we'll see how that goes. So yeah, it's just weird. I'm really feeling like the pull of that consumerist, materialistic society, and I'm not in love with that. I really wish I didn't feel that way, but I just feel kind of like I don't belong in the society where everyone's wearing like beautiful clothes and driving amazing things and just have this outward showing of wealth instead of actually being wealthy in the bank account at home. It's just like showing that you have expensive things, and a lot of those people don't even have money anyway. They're like living paycheck to paycheck. And I know that. I mean, I know that. I've done like personal finance long enough to know that buying expensive things does not make you wealthy and does not make you rich. So I don't know. I'm just going through some kind of weird mental thing right now with that. And it makes me miss New Zealand because New Zealand is way more chill. No one cares about that stuff, and that was really nice to have. I also feel like because I work in a brewery and I make, you know, $20 an hour, I work with a lot of people who are quite young or who are like in between jobs, and the job that they're doing, which is, you know, a subset of my job, is not something permanent. Like, it's an in-between thing. It's not seen as a career type job, but that's how I see it and that's how I want it to be. But I feel like I'm going to be like looked down upon because of the work I do now, because it's like physical labor essentially. It's a very physical job. Like I get super dirty at work. I have work clothes that get absolutely filthy and I don't make a whole lot. And I was just thinking about this, like going out and getting into the dating world again, whenever that does happen, what kind of people are going to be like judging me for that? And of course I don't want to date someone who is going to care about that, but it's just in my head that people really look down on you when you don't have like a specific job title. And I know I've mentioned this before, but it's just feeling like that so much more than ever before for me now, being back in the city that's like obsessed with that kind of stuff and working a job that doesn't pay a whole lot. It's definitely eye-opening, I'll say that. Also, I know that I had mentioned in last month's net worth update that I was thinking about going to the UK for like a month with a friend. Now that is still probably going to happen. It's not like solidified yet, but now I've been looking into maybe doing a working holiday in the UK. I don't know why I never looked into this. I didn't know that Canadians can go for up to like 36 months. And you can go in the entire UK, so that includes Scotland. Scotland, I've wanted to move and live there for the last couple of years. It was kind of in my plan to do it after New Zealand, but I just like missed home and my cat so much that I came back. But I want to look into it more. I'm really intrigued. I want to travel around that part of the world a lot more, and I think going for like a year or two would be amazing. I kind of can't believe that I'm even considering moving abroad again, because at the end of the whole New Zealand thing, I was like, I'm never doing this again. This was horrible. Like, this is such a bad experience. It's so much work and you have to do this and this and this. But now that I'm on my own, and if I could bring my cat with me to the UK for like a year or two, I don't see why that wouldn't be incredible. Then I wouldn't have to worry about her being here and getting older and getting sick and stuff. And I could just like live my best UK dream out in the countryside somewhere in Scotland, like working at a distillery or a brewery out there. And something about that really draws me right now. And you know, nothing is set in stone. I have until age 35, so I have a few years to figure out if that's what I want to do. It's on the table. It's definitely on the table. I'm thinking about it, and yeah, we're gonna see how that goes. I might just go on this trip next year and see how I feel and then make a decision after that. And the last thing I wanted to mention in life updates is that we hit 6,000 subscribers. I think I'm at like 6,200 now. The rate of like growth has been insane lately. I'm so appreciative of every single one of you that is here. If you're new, if you've been here for a while, just thank you so much. 6,000, that's insane. I could not have imagined that I would get to this point at this point in my life, I guess, and getting closer and closer to that 10,000 milestone is just wild to me. So thank you so much. It's been absolutely incredible over the last few years. I've had so much fun sharing my life with you guys, and I'm so happy to have you here. This has just been like one of the best chapters in my life, and I'm super excited for the future. So that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching and for joining me, and I will see you guys hopefully really soon in the next one. Bye.